In this presentation, I'm going to talk about how to configure a few network settings. The network interface card and the switch have to be able to work together. As we already talked in previous class, in order to connect a device to a wired network, and if you want to install a device to a wireless network, you need to have a wireless network interface card. So there is a big relationship between the switch or the access point and the network interface card. The physical connection to the network is done by the network interface card and the cable. So if you have a wireless network, there will be no physical connection, but there will be still a connection, and that connection will be done through the network access point and the network interface card. Or if you have a wireless network, it will be a wireless interface card and a wireless access point. There are a lot of settings you can do. Regardless, you have a wireless interface card or you have a wired network interface card. So those are the type of settings we're going to talk today. And some of them are very important. So regardless, there are technology you're going to use every day as a technician, or technology you need to know only for the purpose of passing your A+ test. It is very important that you understand those technology, especially how to play around the setting in your network interface card. Sometimes problem can arise at work, and in order to troubleshoot the problem, you must know about those technology. There are a few parameters I'm going to talk about today. One is signaling speed. The second is half duplex and full duplex. Those are the terms that you must understand, and I want you to understand the concept. When you have a network, if it is a very old network, you can have a 10 megabit speed network. You can have a 100 megabit speed network. You can have a gigabit speed network. There are networks now that can go up to 10 gigabits per second. However, in order to have that speed, it is not only buying that type of speed from a service provider. It is not only having a switch that can deliver that speed, but also it is having a good network interface card that can provide that type of speed, and also have a cable that can support that type of speed. So we already talk about the different type of cable. We talk about Cat5 cable, we talk about Cat5e cable, we talk about Cat6 cable. So if you still don't know about the category of network cable, it is very important that you do your review and you do your research. So suppose you have a switch that is a gigabit switch, and you have an old network interface card that supports only 100 megabits. So regardless how fast is that network, that specific computer that have a old network interface card that support only 100 megabits per second will not be able to enjoy the full performance of the speed of your network. The network interface card setting should be configured to meet the capability of the other network appliances. The second thing is half duplex and full duplex. Most of the newest network interface cards or any new motherboard you buy that have an integrated network interface card will support full duplex. However, you may still have a old network card that support both half duplex and full duplex. So you may have to go to the network interface card setting to make sure that the network interface card that you have in your computer is working in full duplex. What is half duplex? Half duplex is when a network card can send information in only one direction. Nowadays, network communication require fast speed data. So at this point, all the new network interface card are full duplex because a full duplex network interface card can send and receive information at the same time. The same network interface card that is half duplex may be able to work in full duplex, but you have to go to the setting to make sure you set that network interface card to work in full duplex. So let me repeat it again. All network interface cards should be configured to match the capability of the network appliance. That means to meet the capability of the network and the capability of the switch. Which means if you have a gigabit network, you need to have a switch that supports 1 to 10 gigabit per second. If you have a gigabit switch, you must have a gigabit network interface card. But there are times too that same network interface card that is 100 megabits, you can go to the setting and change it to the gigabit. The other good thing about those new technology, if you have a new machine, most of the time it will have the newest network interface card. Those network interface card come with a technology named auto negotiate. So that means once you install the network interface card in a faster network, automatically your network interface card will negotiate the right setting, the proper setting with the switch. So this is very important to understand. So if you have new machine, you have new technology, you will not have to go to the setting because automatically the network interface card will use the auto negotiation capability to auto negotiate the proper setting. This is a good thing because technician doesn't have to worry to go to setting if it's not necessary. To configure your NIC, you have to go to Device Manager. In Device Manager, you're going to look for your network interface card. You may have many different network interface cards in the computer, but you need to configure only one. So you will go to the list of devices and identify your network interface card. I'm going to do a demonstration rapidly. To access Device Manager, in the bottom left of the screen, I'm going to type this PC. I type this PC, and so when I right click on this PC and I scroll down, I click on Manage. So that will bring me to Computer Management. Now, Computer Management is open. I'm going to scroll down in the list for Device Manager because this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Device Manager. When I locate Device Manager, I click on it. Remember, I'm doing all of this because I want to go to my network interface card and I want to go to the properties of my network interface card. If you look at right here, it said only network, but I have to click on network to see all the adapter. I see an Intel gigabit network connection. This is the Intel adapter. So I right click on it and I click on properties. That will bring me to the property sheet. And now I click on advanced. I want you to follow this step. I click on advanced. Now it shows me all the settings. So if I want to change any of those settings, I will go and look for the setting I'm trying to change. I can even disable a setting. Now, I was talking about full duplex. So now I see a link that says speed and duplex. I click on it. Now I see auto negotiation. So this is the technology that I told you earlier. Once the network interface card is set to auto negotiation, you don't have to worry, because if the network requires full duplex, automatically it will set it to full duplex. And for the speed too, there is a sensor that will find out what is the speed of the network and automatically provide the speed. But in case you want to do it manually, I click on it. You can see all the setting. You can see setting that said 1 gigabit per second. There is setting that said 10 megabits per second. You see 100 megabits per second. So they are all cow setting, but you have to choose the setting based on the speed of your switch and based on the speed of your network. That means in order for a network to work in full performance, you have to make sure you have the cable that can support the speed, you have the network interface card that can support the speed, and you have the switch that can support the speed. So the hardware is important, but the setting of the hardware is as much important, and the type of service you receive from your service provider. So there are a lot of options you can look at while you are here. Quality of service, what it does. If an equipment is going to be used to make telephone call using voice over IP, so the technology that support voice over IP is my priority. So I can go to the quality of service and make sure that I make voice over IP for that specific segment of the network the priority. So if somebody want to download something or upload something or transfer data, all of this will be a second priority, but all the bandwidth will focus for the protocol that I choose as my priority. So the quality of service app is designed just to give priority to the service that you prefer to use at a specific time. And there is another technology you can find, and as I said, not every network interface card support all the technology I'm talking about. So you have to go to the setting and find out if the technology that you like to use is supported by your network interface card. Sometimes if the network interface card that you have cannot support the technology that you want to use, you may have to go and upgrade your network card. That means buy another network interface card. And there are also Wake Up on LAN. Wake Up on LAN is another technology that you can find in the property sheet of a network interface card. If I activate Wake Up on LAN in my network interface card, I can put my computer on or wake up my computer from any place. Suppose I want to start sending data to my computer, but my computer is not on at this time. I can wake up my computer, I can put my computer on using that technology, wake up on LAN. This is a technology you can activate to your network interface card properly. However, even though your network interface card can support that technology, you must have a motherboard in the computer that also support that technology. As I said again, in order to activate Wake Up on LAN, not only your network interface card must support that technology, but also your motherboard must support Wake Up on LAN also. Device Manager is a component of computer management. In order to go to computer management, if you have Windows 7, you go to computer, you right click on computer, and you select manage. That will bring you to computer management, and you look for Device Manager, you click on it. If you are using Windows 10, you have to go to this PC, you right click on this PC, and you select manage. And from there, you will go to computer management. And from computer management, you will see Device Manager. Now we're going back to the presentation. So earlier, I was talking about the different properties in the network interface card and how to access the network interface card property sheet to change the setting of your network interface card. I was telling you about many different technology that include with your network interface card and how to access them, to activate them, to change them. And I spoke about quality of service. So if a network, if you want to prioritize certain type of traffic over other type of traffic in your network, you may have to activate quality of service and give priority to the protocol that you want to prioritize. We talk about Wake Up on LAN in terms of wireless network interface card. If a computer user go to a place to buy a network interface card and he find out there are a lot of cheap network interface card, the first thing is going to say, I got a good deal, because it doesn't know the difference between the different type of wireless technology. We have wireless A and wireless B that is definitely obsolete. But we still have older device that have those technology. And we have wireless G and wireless N, although they are not that old, but they become obsolete because the type of speed and the frequency they support sometimes is not the best. So how do you choose between wireless A, B, G, N, and AC? Wireless N is backward compatible because wireless N work on both frequency. There are two frequencies used by wireless equipment. One is 2.4 gigahertz and one is 5 gigahertz. So wireless N support equipment that has 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. Wireless 802.11ac is the fastest wireless in the market today. They are newer wireless, they are experiment, but the 802.11ac is the fastest wireless that is legitimate on the market. The 802.11ac work only on 5 gigahertz speed. So that gives them an advantage, but not that many interference, because most wireless devices work on the 2.4 gigahertz frequency. The disadvantage is any appliance that is working on the 2.4 gigahertz are vulnerable, because most appliances include refrigerator, microwave, you name it. Almost every appliance works on the 2.4 gigahertz frequency. So if you use the 2.4 gigahertz, your equipment will be vulnerable to interference. The 802.11ac work only on the 5 gigahertz frequency, is not very vulnerable to interference. This is what you should know about this new technology. But however, there are much you can do because most of the newest appliances will use 802.11ac. Now, there are 801.11aj. It is recently approved, but we don't have that many of this type of appliance in the market yet, but they are coming. Warming aggressiveness refers to the time it takes for an appliance to start looking for a signal that is stronger. You can go to the setting of the wireless network interface card and change the sensitivity of the warming aggressiveness. Because what happens is if you have many wireless access points in a building, most of the time the wireless access point will not provide the same signal strength. So at this point, all the wireless appliances you have in the place will start looking for the wireless access point that provides stronger signal. Sometimes your wireless device or your wireless network interface card can start looking for a stronger signal outside your network. So for that reason, you have to control the warming aggressiveness so your wireless device are not too aggressive in looking for other signal strength. Because if it's too aggressive sometimes, your wireless device might start looking for other wireless connection outside your network and try to use signal strength that is outside your network that is not part of your account. So warming aggressiveness is something very important. You can go to the same network interface sheet properly where you can change the properties of the warming aggressiveness to put it a little bit lower so your device doesn't start looking for signal that is more strong than the signal of your wireless access point. Now, for the transmit power is the amount of power input into the signal to a device. So a lot of those access points, they come with a button where you can increase the power of the signal. Sometimes you need to slow down the power of your signal so your signal doesn't go too far from your work area. And as I said, you can find wireless properties in Device Manager by right-click on the wireless network interface card. So we already talked about Wake Up on LAN. As I said, this is a nice technology, but you must have a network interface card that supports Wake Up on LAN, and your computer must have a motherboard that also supports network on LAN. The network and sharing. That's another app that is very important because this is the app you go to get an overview of your network availability and the configuration of your network. If you open the network sharing center, you can access the adapter setting there. And if you right click on the network interface card or the connection that you want to use, if you look at it, for the wireless, it said wireless network connection. But if it was a wired connection, it will say LAN connection, but either of them, you can right click on the connection. When you right click, that will bring you to the properties of your network connection, and right there you can make a lot of change. If you right click on the adapter, you will find the sheet where you can remove protocol, or you can add protocol, or you can configure protocol. So there are a lot of TCP/IP protocol that automatically you install a wireless interface card. So all those protocols are automatically installed. So some of them are service, some of them are protocol, some of them are client. There is a big difference between those words. So I want you to understand those terms. When we talk about client and networking, we talk about technology that provide a series of connection to servers, such as Linux, Unix, or Windows server. So the client provide connection to server. When you talk about protocol provide the format for data addressing in the delivery of data message between systems. So in order for two systems to talk together, they need the protocol. In order to connect to a system, you need to have a client. Client allows you to connect to server. And protocols provide the technology that you need for data addressing and data delivery between two systems or many systems. So the most widely used protocol in networking is the TCP/IP protocol. This is the TCP/IP protocol that dominates networking. How? Because TCP/IP have a series of protocols. For that reason, we talk about TCP/IP suite, because this is a series of protocols that combine together to provide protocol for network operation. Service allow your machine to provide network functionality to other machine. So a client or the machine can access your network and use the different service in your machine. For that reason, when you buy a Windows server, the Windows server comes with all type of service, and you can use Windows client to access those services. This is very important to understand those three words, and I want you to read them to understand their definition, because that combine all technology that allows network to work: client, protocol, and service. By default, the following client, protocol, and service are installed in the default adapter: client for Microsoft Network, file and printer sharing for Microsoft Network, Internet Protocol, IP4 and IP6, link layer topology discovery. All of this technology already installed. As long you install a network interface card in the computer or any device, automatically all of those protocols are installed in that device, because that device is ready to work in every network. This is the end of the presentation. That was a pleasure to make that presentation, and I hope you're going to take advantage of it. See you next time for another presentation.